In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on March 17, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Denver Nuggets versus Golden State Warriors. The NBA is set to showcase an exciting Western Conference matchup on Monday, featuring the Denver Nuggets taking on the Golden State Warriors. This showdown is bound to attract plenty of attention, given the talent on both rosters and the implications for playoff positioning. The Nuggets are coming into this contest after a tough 126-123 loss to the Washington Wizards, a game where they were heavily favored by 12 points but failed to deliver. Meanwhile, the Warriors are riding the momentum of a hard-fought 97-94 victory over the New York Knicks, where they managed to cover the 7-point spread. When looking at recent history between these two teams, Denver has dominated the head-to-head matchup, winning 9 of the last 10 encounters against Golden State. This season, the Nuggets have already secured a win in the 3-game series, holding a 1-0 lead over their conference rivals. However, with both teams looking to solidify their standing in the playoff race, this game carries significant weight for each side. The Nuggets will once again be without rookie Julian Strawther, as he remains sidelined due to injury. On the other hand, the Warriors will also be missing one of their young talents, as Brandon Podziemski has been ruled out for this matchup. Denver will be looking to make a statement after an embarrassing loss to the struggling Wizards, but playing on the road has been a challenge for them recently, as they have only managed to win 3 of their last 6 away games. Golden State, on the other hand, has been on fire, and their recent form has made them slight favorites on their home court. Just when it seemed like the Nuggets were finding their rhythm and turning a corner, they stumbled again, losing 3 of their last 5 games. That stretch included a shocking home defeat to the lowly Wizards, which raised concerns about their consistency. From a betting perspective, Denver has been unreliable, covering the spread in only 2 of their last 10 games. Meanwhile, the Warriors have looked like a completely different team since acquiring Jimmy Butler in a blockbuster trade. The addition of Butler has given them a much-needed boost, and they have responded by winning 9 of their last 10 games. Of course, an upset by Denver wouldn't be out of the question. After all, the Nuggets already managed to take down the Warriors earlier in the season with a 119-115 victory back on December 3rd. But a lot has changed since that last meeting. Golden State has become the hottest team in the Western Conference, and with how well they've been playing, they are in a prime position to defend their home court and secure another victory. Another major factor in Golden State's favor is their home court dominance. The Warriors haven't lost a game at Chase Center in a month and a half, making them one of the toughest teams to beat in their own building. Given their current form, I have no interest in betting against them at this point. As our first pick for this matchup, the Golden State Warriors to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Scoring has been a key theme for both teams recently, with the Nuggets hitting the over in 3 of their last 4 games, while the Warriors have done so in 2 of their last 3. Denver boasts an explosive offense, averaging 121 points per game. They like to push the pace, ranking 6th in the NBA in that category with 103.8 possessions per game. Meanwhile, Golden State's defense has been slightly vulnerable at home, allowing 110 points per contest. On the other side, the Warriors are no slouches on offense either, putting up an average of 114 points per game. They play at a more moderate tempo, ranking 17th in the league with 102.6 possessions per game. However, they'll be facing a Nuggets defense that has struggled lately, giving up an average of 122 points per game over their last 3 outings. Given how both teams are playing, this matchup has all the makings of a high-scoring affair. Golden State's offensive efficiency has been steadily improving, and during their current 7-game winning streak, they have scored at least 114 points in 6 of those contests. They have climbed to 15th in overall offensive efficiency, producing 111.5 points per 100 possessions. Meanwhile, Denver's defense has been subpar, ranking 23rd in efficiency and allowing 113 points per 100 possessions. Pace will also play a role in determining the final score. The Nuggets are one of the fastest teams in the NBA, ranking 6th in pace with 102.6 possessions per game. Golden State operates at a more measured pace, ranking 15th with 101.7 possessions. With the amount of offensive firepower on both sides, this game is shaping up to be a shootout. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Raptors versus Phoenix Suns. The Toronto Raptors are on the road, heading to Phoenix to face off against the Suns at PHX Arena. Toronto is currently sitting in 11th place in the Eastern Conference, sporting a season record of 24 wins and 44 losses. Their performance against conference opponents hasn't been much better, with a 15-29 record in those matchups. Meanwhile, the Suns find themselves in a similar position over in the Western Conference, also in 11th place. Phoenix has managed a slightly better overall record at 31-37, with a 21-25 mark against their own conference. The last time these two teams met, Toronto walked away with a convincing 127-109 victory over the Suns, proving they could handle business against them just a month ago. The Raptors are still dealing with some significant absences, as they remain without R.J. Barrett, Brandon Ingram, and Grady Dick. However, they do expect to get Emmanuel quickly back in the lineup, which should help stabilize their backcourt. Despite their injury struggles, Toronto has been covering the spread at an impressive rate. Over their last 6 games against the Suns, they've gone 5-1 against the spread, and in their last 10 overall, they've managed a solid 7-3 record in that department. With both teams likely missing key players, this game may come down to which squad can slow down an already struggling offense and capitalize on the opponent's weaknesses. Phoenix should be playing with urgency, given that the 10th seed is still within reach, especially with the Mavericks dealing with their own issues. Yet, the Suns continue to struggle, dropping winnable games and showing little to no defensive effort. Being on the second night of a back-to-back doesn't help their case either. The Suns have been one of the worst teams to trust as favorites, sitting on an abysmal 26-41-1 record against the spread. On the other hand, the Raptors are often overlooked by oddsmakers but consistently prove them wrong, holding a strong 41-26-1 against the spread record. With a 61.1% cover rate, only Cleveland and Oklahoma City have been more reliable against the spread this season. Meanwhile, Phoenix has only covered in 38.8% of their games, making them the second worst team in that regard, ahead of only the 76ers. The Suns are once again without Grayson Allen, and Bradley Beal is expected to miss this one as well. While Phoenix undoubtedly has the more talented roster on paper, it's Toronto who enters this game in better form. They've already beaten the Suns once this season, with that 127-109 win on February 23rd still fresh in their minds. Lately, Phoenix has been a frustrating team to watch, as they consistently struggle when it's just Devin Booker and Kevin Durant trying to do everything themselves. As our first pick for this matchup, the Toronto Raptors to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Looking at the betting totals, Toronto has an over-under record of 4-7 when playing as road underdogs against Western Conference opponents this season. If we compare the offensive and defensive averages of both teams over the course of the season, their last 3 games, and their respective home and away splits, we arrive at a projected total of 225 points. Factoring in the pace of play, both teams average around 99.8 possessions per game. We get an adjusted projection of 230 points. While that number is slightly above the current line, it's important to remember that both teams will be without 2 of their top scorers. That likely means the actual point total will fall well below what the line suggests. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Antonio Spurs versus Los Angeles Lakers. In a Western Conference showdown on Monday night, the Los Angeles Lakers will welcome the San Antonio Spurs to town for what promises to be an intriguing matchup. The Lakers are coming off a much-needed win that snapped a 4-game losing streak, while the Spurs have won 2 of their last 3 outings and are looking to build some momentum. Los Angeles continues to deal with injuries, as both LeBron James and Rui Hachimura remain sidelined. Meanwhile, San Antonio will be without key players Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, and Charles Bassey yet again. Despite their recent struggles, the Lakers have been solid at home, winning 7 consecutive games in their own arena. The last time these teams met in Los Angeles, the Spurs walked away with a win, but this time around, the Lakers will be looking to turn the tables. Luka Doncic has been in fine form lately, and Austin Reeves has stepped up in James' absence, providing much-needed scoring. On the other hand, while San Antonio has won 2 of their last 3 games, those victories came against weaker opponents, something the Lakers certainly are not. San Antonio recently managed to pull off a win against the New Orleans Pelicans, though it's worth noting that Zion Williamson was not in the lineup for that game. However, their defensive struggles were on full display when they allowed the struggling Charlotte Hornets to put up a staggering 145 points last Friday. Over the last 10 games, the Spurs have been conceding an eye-watering 128.5 points per 100 possessions, which does not bode well for them heading into this matchup against a Lakers team that has multiple offensive weapons. Even with LeBron James still out, Los Angeles has enough firepower to exploit San Antonio's porous defense. The Lakers are a more well-rounded defensive team compared to the Spurs, and Luka Doncic has a great opportunity to put up another huge performance, possibly even a triple-double. While the Lakers are dealing with some injuries and are playing on the second night of a back-to-back, their overall talent and the Spurs' recent struggles make it hard to see this game going any other way. San Antonio has been stuck in a rut over the past few weeks, and they simply don't have enough healthy playmakers to keep up with above-average opponents. The Lakers are in the hunt for home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs, and they cannot afford to drop games like this. As our first pick for this matchup, the Los Angeles Lakers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Expect the Spurs to push the tempo in this contest, as they rank 9th in the NBA in three-point attempt rate. Given that they will be up against a tough Lakers defense, they will likely look to get a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in an effort to keep up. Meanwhile, Los Angeles will focus on attacking the interior and exploiting the absence of Victor Wembanyama, an area where they can do significant damage. The Lakers currently rank 2nd in the league in free throw rate, and they should find themselves at the charity stripe frequently in this contest. San Antonio's defensive issues are well documented, and containing the Lakers' offensive attack will be a tall order. Historically, matchups between these two teams have tended to be high-scoring affairs, with the total going over in 4 of their last 6 meetings. Additionally, the over has hit in 8 of the Spurs' last 9 games overall. On the season, San Antonio is allowing an average of 116.5 points per game, but that number has jumped to 125 points per contest over their last 3 outings. The Lakers struggled with their shooting in their previous game, but that is unlikely to be the case here against such a weak defensive unit. The Spurs have also been putting up decent scoring numbers, having reached at least 119 points in each of their last 5 games. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.